Hello, good morning, happy Tuesday. We are continuing off we are continuing where we left off yesterday with creating our random Twitch video VOD. I guess like it's not always a VOD. It might be something else. Sitsu, hello. We found it's not rand, it's a fake. We found a fake crate, and we're using that to sort of create this out. So it looks like created at is next. I kind of want, where's our other date? Do we have another date one? We don't. ID. Okay, so created at. We need to fix this next. So I think that there was a date that we can do here. Let's go to creates and take a look at fake again. So it looks like there's a date method, which I can't find here. All right, let's see if we can find it in their docs. Did I add the chrono feature? Oh, probably not. I bet I didn't. Can I not see? Oh, they don't even have date in here. Interesting. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we're gonna do a cargo add chrono. Fake with chrono. There's also a time, but I don't think time would be part of date. But who knows? Maybe there are. All right, let's see. After rest analyzer is done, let's see if that works. All right, so we're gonna start with date. Oh, here we go. Okay, so give us a random date. Now I do want this to be a toString. That gives me, oh right, then we do fake. It's an unknown. Type annotations. I'm kind of surprised that date doesn't show here. Can I say that you're a string? I mean, you don't yell at me, so yeah. Looks like the docs may not have been built with all the features enabled. Can I build the docs with all the features enabled? Is that something I can do? I think I can do cargo doc. Let's see, cargo doc. Open? Opens docs in the browser. Sure, open. Let's see if this works. Okay, so can I find date? There it is. Okay. So we have struct date. You almost certainly want to be using a naive date instead of this type. Oh, but it wasn't chrono date. It was something else. It was this one. Which then gives us this date. Which isn't that. Okay. We'll just go ahead and try it and see what happens. Okay. Next up would be let URL equals okay, so there is a URI. Oh, that's Axum URI. Is there another HTTP maybe? Let's add HTTP. I kind of wish that there was an all features. Okay, so let's try this again. URL, URI, Let's cargo doc let's cargo doc this again. If I don't do the open, I can just hit refresh, right? It's like the same place. Okay, so I want URI under something fake. Not okay, so I see like city stuff. I'm not seeing a URL. Okay, under HTTP, oh, valid status code and RFC status code. Oh, so I see like domain suffix. I see stuff like that. I wish this had a example of what one might look like. Okay, that's too bad. I think I will hard code that one in then. Okay, so URL will be something like doesn't really matter. We'll to owned you, and that'll be that. Okay, thumbnail URL. I'll just make it be the same thing. Okay, viewable. Viewable is that Twitch video viewable, which all of mine are always public, so we'll just do that one. View count. All right, I want this to be a random integer. A random number. Okay, let's see. Language. Language is a string, and I think that's en. I need to go look at the documentation again. Language, yeah, is literally en. Wait, en dot to owned. All right, video type. I think I have video types here. Yeah, and then these actually do have a couple different ones. So having this be fake would be actually really nice. Can I have it become one of these? I don't know if I can make fake do that. Oh, feature flags. Chrono is chrono, HTTP, HTTP. Oh, that's weird that they just log into that. Okay, so I would want to do a random yeah, the documentation needs examples. I'll go ahead and say that's sort of like my big feel is examples would be really nice. I don't necessarily see a way to choose a random I guess like a random item from a enum. Now if T is T implements dummy. Yeah, but this generates a tuple, which is not what I want. I want to generate one. Okay, so I think I will need rand for this one. So for you, I'm gonna impl Twitch video type. I'll call this random. All right, so I need one of 3. I think RNG can actually come up with something, but let's do that. Random index equals g dot gen range. I want 0 dot 0 1 2, so 3 because it's not inclusive. And then I want to choose that here. So we're gonna do a okay, so if you're 0, okay, should be able to now call random off of Twitch video type. You're upset. The trait bound U64 is not satisfied. Okay, so it can't do U64s. Do you have to be a like? Can I make you like a U32? An I32? I guess just for a number like this, maybe makes sense for me to just use RNG. All right, so view count we'll do I don't get that many views. So 0 to 100. Okay, video type is done. Duration. Duration is that weird thing where it's like number minutes, number seconds is I think what we saw. Yeah, duration is like 3M21S. So okay, we can, because I don't know how to do a format, so we'll do something M, something S. So gen range, I want between I guess 1 and we'll do like 120. And I want between 0 and 60. And then muted segments. So I'm using Pretzel, so I shouldn't have any muted segments, but it's certainly possible. Okay, muted segments gives me. Okay, so I have this. I want to choose a random number of these. And then we have a duration and an offset. So I need to choose a random number of muted segment to create. I have just a there like that. Let's okay. So this is new. Let's create in here a private function. New random segments. And that's gonna be a vec of Twitch muted segment. There you go. Random segments. No, these are muted segments. I guess it's random muted segments. I want probably a just sort of like a number of these. So that's for I don't know if I care about this one. It's for in g dot gen range. Oh, I need RNG inside of here. Okay, so you're going to be between 0 and, let's say, 3 of them. Up to 3 of them can be in here. I'm probably going to ignore it for right now, but in the future I might want to like deal with this. Plus, also I'm interested in sort of like seeing how this is going to look. Okay, so Twitch muted segments, and then we have these durations and offsets. So I want an impl Twitch muted segment. Okay, so I'm not gonna call it new. I'm gonna call it well, actually, I could call this new, and we can have a duration that's a U32 and an offset, which is a U32, and we'll just self this. What about fake? Oh, hello EKS. I am using fake for a bunch of stuff. I've just had trouble figuring out how to do some of these things with fake. Well, I guess like I could do that dummy thing they were talking about in here, where I can put a dummy in, derive dummy. Oh, let's try that. Let's try that. So let's I won't need you. I'll need to derive, serialize, deserialize, and dummy. Oh, I don't want to call the method fake because I'm using a library called fake, and that might make things really confusing. Okay, import fake dummy. You still don't like this. It's only a trait without a derive macro. Is there a... Oh, derive. Okay, so wait a second. I can't wait. Never mind. It was unhappy, and then it was happy, and then it was unhappy, then it was unhappy again. Okay, so I want to, for a random number of these, create a. So I want to do muted segments, push, and let fu. Okay, so faker.fake. So faker dot fake. Where did faker come from? How can I do a dot on that? This is not an iterator. Oh, right, because I need to do this twice. Or rather, I need to do like 0 dot dot to that. Okay. Is it supposed to be... That would make more sense. Provide the argument. Oh, it is dot fake. Okay. Interesting. All right, so then I have my muted, random muted segments that I can create up here. Okay, I need to explicitly... Okay, borrow that. It's just a unit struct. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I didn't look into it that much. All right, so this gives me a random Twitch video now. So if we... See, we're not using you. And we're not using you. Let's head back into here, and we want to get... So inside of here, we're going to get the random video. So let random... I guess I want an unknown number of these. So we could do one at a time, or I could just do a bunch. Let mute random videos. Let's say I want like 5 of them. So let oh, and I could control this later on using query parameters. So this wouldn't necessarily be random. All right, so let's for and 0 dot dot. Let's just say I want 4 of them or 5 of them. Let's see. I want random videos. I don't want to push into it Twitch video new. I bet all of these are gonna have to be public. New. And then I want to return this as JSON using Axum JSON. Type, so this is a Twitch video. No, I want this to be a vector of Twitch video. And then I think it's JSON new? JSON from, there was something we can do here. Okay, so we call JSON and pass it in that thing. Okay. Which is a different type. Or interesting. Okay. JSON. Oh yeah, okay. It is a tuple type. So then you are gonna have random videos. Okay, nothing is yelling at me. It seems to be running. Let's see if I hit you. Hard crash. Okay, what happened? Tokyo runtime worker panicked at cannot sample an empty range. So it rand. But didn't tell me any more than that. So where are the ranges that I'm doing? These are not. These cannot be empty. This one might be. Let's do that. That is one heck of an ID. I'm still going. Now, most people think that UUIDs with what, 24 characters, that's going to protect you from like accidental collision. Alka, you're right. This is what we should be doing. Like, there's no way we're gonna collide. Also, hello Alka. It's been a long time. How are you doing? This is a thing. How far does this go? You are hungry and you definitely a random ID. It would be hilarious if it wasn't a random ID and the other ones were exactly the same. Is it like, I can swear I see like every once in a while the rest of the stuff here, but it's like too much. Okay, so the ID. What is going on? This is 30 seconds of a live stream of a lava lamp. Clearly. Yes, clearly. All right. So our ID is, oh, yes. That's incorrect. What are you? This is, okay. So it's a random characters. Okay, I want this to be numbers because these are clearly just numbers here. So we're going to use RNG gen range between so let's choose you as like a 1, which 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nope. And we'll make you 9. Okay. So you get to be a string in there, and then we'll toString this. I want this to be a string, so I want to the first ID is 1, yours is 76. Well, the this is the video ID, right? So it's gonna be something like this. But I think you're talking about the user ID. ToString. I guess I need to create it first as an I32, and then we'll shadow it. Oh, this is so unhappy. But I think it works. Okay. Let's try this. All right, much better. User. Yeah. Well, I mean, you said you were tired and hungry, so that makes sense. All right. User ID. It looks like we did the exact same thing here. So we can fix that. Now this one is the user ID, right? So I want you. I basically want to do this exact same thing here, but for user ID. All right. And it's like decently random enough, decently close to realistic. Stream ID, I think that's a none that we're setting it to be. User login, cool. Odessa Air is an interesting choice for a username, but okay. Title is Voluptatibus. What am I streaming? Description. Impedit minima. Okay, so we can. So I have. Title is a sentence between 1 and 2. So maybe I want this to be like 1 and 5. And description maybe 1 and 10. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. I mean, this is apparently I'm going to be a very official, like these people are very official sounding. You know, they like true English. They end all their titles with like periods. Description could be. So these are words. These are not okay. So this is a sentence with a number of words in it. That's what I'm getting. Is that's what sentences was. Okay. A sentence is how many words in a sentence. And description is, okay, so that's why we were thinking about using sentences. Sentences. And this takes a range. So if I want between 1 and maybe like 5. We fake. Now, for some reason, you don't like turning into a string. Demi-sentences is not found. Right, that's why we couldn't use this one. Join it together. We could try dot join. Doesn't like that there. Dot join there. Doesn't like that there. If I do description, so it's like an actual separate thing. You're a sentences. Okay, so can I join you? No, not there. Try fake. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we're gonna do fake with this, but we're gonna tell it to specifically be a vec of who cares? And then we join this in. A separator, I want just be a space. Sure. So description. Let's find out if it works. There we go. Okay. So yeah, gives us a nice sentence, like a nice series of sentences here. I like it. Okay. Okay, so continuing on, created at, certainly, you know, an interesting time period back then. You know, Twitch is older than most people thought. Those people doing Twitch videos in 1203 were the early ones. Okay, I got my I just did this URL because we couldn't figure out how to do a URL. Real OGs, yeah, definitely. Viewable, okay. Viewable public, view count 91, language type. Okay, this was an archive. Oh, and we had one muted segment. Wow, we were muted for 971 million seconds. That's like that was a long stream, especially since our duration was only 73 minutes. I think there was a way there's a way in here that we can tell it what the range is. Let's put that in to make it at least the these look like kind of real. Okay, so let's just say duration is between 1 and like, I don't know, 25 seconds, and then I want offset is going to be between 1 and maybe like 500. There we go. Now these look more appropriate. 30.8 calendar years of silence. Those were the Dark Ages. Like, a lot of people don't realize the Dark Ages was really just DMCA takedowns of all audio everywhere. Okay, and this one doesn't have any muted segments, which is nice. Okay, cool. All right, so this gives us a kind of, sort of, but good enough for like what we're going to be using this for, approximation of what the Twitch API is going to give us, but it's all local and allowed us to sort of play around with fake and also play around with Axum a little bit. So I want to start up Hasura now. So we want to do Docker compose up. Right, we're in. Oh, because it's looking for a .env. Okay, so I don't think I actually need that anymore. So this config.yaml, not that one. Compose.yaml. I was experimenting with doing a .env file. We don't need that anymore. Okay, so let's open this up. We're at 8081. No? Created graphical API. You are running on port 8081. But can't establish a connection. Well, that's a thing. All right. I broke it apparently when I moved it into. Oh yeah, I definitely did break this. So you are inside of Hasura. So compose needs to look inside of Hasura to do this. So /Hasura, and then you'll find that. Okay. Let's see if now you're happy. No, still not. Let's try. Oh, did I miss a slash? /. I did indeed. Okay. Docker compose down and up. Okay, third time's the charm. Yes. Okay, so we're up now, and we should be able to see when I do this query. We get our courses. Everything seems to work here. Okay, so what I want to do is create an action. Our comment, this is going to be get Twitch VODs. All right, so the way this works is we create a type of what we're expecting to get back. So this is going to be type, we'll call this like Twitch VODs. No, it's going to be Twitch like a Twitch VODs result. Because if we look at our return here, oh, and I actually don't do this correctly, do I? I don't. Twitch returns to us an object that has this data and pagination, and I did not do that correctly. We need to fix that. Is that videos? No, it's this mod here. Oh, here's this Twitch videos response. I need to use this one. Okay. So actually, I want to put in my creation of this in here. So impl Twitch videos response function random. Maybe I want like the count, which would be probably, let's just do like a U8. I can't imagine I want more than that. It's gonna be self. Okay, so I want a number of our data. Let's return self. Data is going to be a vec. Don't think I can do the thing where I call it multiple times. So let's actually pagination is going to be a Twitch videos pagination, which is just empty. Okay. Okay, so go through our count, and I want to data.push. It's gonna be a Twitch video. New. That puts into there. We're gonna create a random number of these. So response is gonna be equal to Twitch videos response, which you're not public. We'll start with 3 of them. And you're unhappy. Because you're returning the wrong thing. You're a Twitch videos response is what you're returning. Okay, excellent. You don't need to be mutable. We don't need you. Okay, so when I call you again, now we see that we get this data in there. Okay, excellent. So back to this. We're going to get this Twitch VODs result. I define the action. So this is, actually type is a query. Query. So the action is going to be get VODs. I can actually put an argument in there if I want. Let's keep this as an example up here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to keep you as an example. come on. Mouse, work with me. Okay, so we're gonna do a type query action name, so get VODs. Let's start with no arguments. And I think in that case we just do this, and we're gonna return a something. Oh, it would be like this thing down here. So that type. So this will be a Twitch VODs result. Nothing at the end of that line, and so we're going to create these. Okay, so we're gonna have type Twitch VODs result, which is gonna give us an object that has data inside. So we have data, and then that's gonna be an array of a Twitch VOD. So an array of a Twitch VOD. Okay, so we need a type Twitch VOD. Okay, so the things that I would be initially, and something that like I want to make sure that do I have to like define everything here, or do I only have to define what I care about? So in this case, I would probably care about the ID. So the ID is going to be a number. I don't actually know what the types are for these. Oh, and looking at this string, it might be something like this, number. Or integer. Oh, and then bang it's required. So it has to be there. So I wonder if this is also required like that. I don't know. Okay, so number. I probably want the title. So the title is going to be a string. Okay, if that turns that color, I think that this is wrong. So int. Int, probably an int like that. RC, hello. Or is it race exploit? Like a like a timing exploit for passwords. Nice. There's gonna be description, which is gonna be a string. I suppose that might be optional. Is it possible that we don't have a string? A description in case like I leave that empty, or would it be there but an empty string? I don't know, because like Twitch only gives one example and it has all the stuff in it. Except some of them which have a null in it, which then don't tell you what the type is going to be. It's kind of weird. I think I want... There's a created at and a published at. I'm not exactly sure how they're different. Oh, now we're in the future. Oh, man. 2529. Well, it's good to know we're going to live that long. And apparently I'm going to be streaming for a very long time. Okay, let's pull in created at. Can I do this as a date? Date time? So date. Guess I could just make this a string. I'm gonna want the URL. Is there a URL type? No. You're required. And I'm gonna want the type. I don't know if I care about duration, but I probably will. I'm gonna start with these. We can pull in more as I like build more features out in the front end. But okay, so if we start with this, what we have is we have our type query, which is gonna get our Twitch VODs result, and then we have defined these types for us. So the webhook handler is going to be, what is it going to hit? This is interesting. So I can define an action base URL. So right now this is going to be HTTP localhost 3000 slash, what do we call it? Mock Twitch videos. Mock Twitch videos. Headers. I don't have any headers to send, but I would normally then put in the like Twitch OAuth key and the Twitch what is it? Oh, client ID. These are I can do these from environment variables. So I'll have like the real Hasura that's deployed. I'll add environment variables in for that. Action custom timeout. It says that it's 30 seconds default. That'll be fine. We can handle that. REST connectors. Add sample environment variables and session variables for testing the connector. I don't need to do that. Change request. Okay, so it specifically says that this is going to send a post request, but we can change request and say, no, I actually want it to be a get request. I don't need to change the request, the URL, and I don't need to add query params in this specific case yet. And I don't need to transform the payload as it comes back. So we're going to create this action, and now over here in API, I now have access to this somewhere. Don't I? Courses. Did you get VODs is what I called it. It's here. Oh, I need to further permissions. I forget which one this was. Let's set on both of it. Get VODs is now available to the public and anybody can hit it. So I do get VODs. I want, let's say, all of these things. And if I run you, unexpected HTTP exception when calling webhook. Do I get a login here? No. Do I get a... And this is another reason why I want to do this here, is because I believe Hasura would just dump like my OAuth ID in the logs, unless like I figured out how to stop doing that. But let's see if we can figure out what's going on from these lovely logs here. Error message connection failure request host localhost method get path / mock Twitch videos port 3000. Requests. Okay, so I do that. Response null. Okay, so it didn't get anything back. Oh, I'm not running dev API in the Docker. Oh, no, I'm not. You're right. Okay, we need to fix that. So I need to add in here. So we have our database, we have GraphQL API. We need to now add in our... That's a really good point. So what's happening, if you're not familiar with Docker, imagine that its own individual, like sort of computer system, like almost like I've deployed it to like a completely different network. It doesn't have access outside. I'd have to do some crazy stuff, which is not a good idea. So I want to make a dev API here. So you're going to now depends on also dev API, which I probably also want. I don't know if I can do a service healthy with this one. Although I could do something like this. So yeah, let's do service healthy. So condition service healthy. Wait. Yeah, okay. Dev API. Okay, so back to here. You don't care about Postgres, so I don't need the database to be up. Image. Okay, so image. There's a Rust image, right? Docker.com. I want to say that there's a Rust official image here. So we can use this. And it's just called Rust. And sure, let's just use the latest. When does that ever burn us? Ports. We have expose and we have ports. We can expose port 3000 in from other containers inside of here. And we can also have ports. We can do internal to external 3000 to 3000. So okay, environment variables. I don't think I need any yet. Volumes. I need to pass in the code to that so it knows what to run. So volumes. Okay, so I want to. This is under dev API. And inside of dev API is just our entire code base here. Okay. I'll put this into code inside. Isn't exposed 3000 and ports 3000, 3000 the same? So it might be. I've never really been sure about this because like the documentation for Docker also isn't that great. This is ports exposed to the other services, but not to the host machine. And this is ports that will be exposed to the host. It doesn't say that I cannot do this. Although, wait, yeah, see, like I expose these ports. 5432 for Postgres to GraphQL API. So I think I need it, but it's also possible I don't need it. I think that I want to keep it in here for documentation point of view. That like, hey, I'm explicitly making sure that this GraphQL API can get in here. Okay, so I have volumes, goes in there. Health check. So this is a weird one that I found. So this allows me to basically do a ping check to port 3000. I need a health check route for this to work. Or oh, that's so weird. because that's Hasura. So like, I wonder if that would work, or if I'm gonna need some kind of like health check. In It'd be very easy for us to add this in. Where's my dev API? Source. I think exposing to the other Docker machines is supposed to go in a Docker file though, usually. Yeah, but also I'm not creating a Docker file for this unless I need to. I'm gonna see if I can just put this all into Docker Compose. So that also might be another reason why I need it. Okay, so I want in run, we're doing this. Let's do let app equals router new. Oh, dot route. So I can add in more routes here. So dot route, path. Let's just do that. Service is gonna be a get, and I want you to be. I mean, won't this just return? That will be just an okay, right? Is it not a callback? It's an actual function, isn't it? Hold on, let me. So what is it? Pub async function. I don't know if you need to be public. This is gonna be just like, I'll call it health check. And then get is health check. You like that a lot more. Okay, excellent. So you'll go to this or exit one. Okay, so interval, timeout, start period can be like literally 1 second. I think you can start almost immediately. Okay, now other things. So don't need build command. So the command I need to run is cargo. Do I want to do? No, I don't want to do cargo watch. So I want to do just cargo run, let's say. Although it would be interesting to do cargo watch. Let's start with this and see if that works. Cargo watch, and then I need a entry point, a work directory. I don't want it to have to like rebuild constantly for this, and this is like dev stuff right now, so I'm okay with it being not release. But a problem here is that I need it to go into code. Can I do cd to /code and cargo run? I wonder if I can do that. I mean, really the right thing to do would be to create a Docker file. Okay, so let's try it. We'll do a Docker compose down. And up, and then we'll just sort of watch this. Completely failed. Error response from daemon failed to create string container process cause exec cd executable file not found in path. CD not found? Wait, what? CD not found. Oh. I wonder if I have to do something. Oh, do I have to tell it what to be? CD only works in a shell, so I wonder if I have to do this like command shell thing. So command shell cd /code and cargo run. Oh, it's looking for literally command name. Okay, so I need let's see, docker compose cmd, and docker file it's work directory. Yeah, I know, and I'm wondering if like that doesn't have it. So compose specification. In here there is a command or just cmd. Command overrides the default command declared by the container image. Okay, so command. I can do either of those things, but it didn't know where cd was. Okay, is there a working directory? Working directory overrides the container's working directory. Okay, so it's working dir. Okay, there we go. There we go. So we're gonna start with you here. Working dir is /code. Command, we're just gonna do cargo run. Let's see if you're happy. All right, didn't immediately crash. That's a thing. Dev API 1 is updating creates.io. Yeah, I could do that sh.c, but if we found the working directory, that might just be better. Also, Super Cuber, hello. Sorry, I forgot to say hello. Like 5 messages ago. I was kind of, it has to rebuild it because it's a different architecture. This is on a Mac, so it's, yeah, okay. It does have to recompile this time, but in future times, it should be much faster. I wonder if it's going to fail its health check because it's going to take too long. Once this compiles, though, it should be adding this information to my disk because I'm using a volume. And therefore, future ones will be significantly faster. Database ain't happy. No. I need to figure out why somebody's attempting to hit the database with a root role, and I can't figure out what exactly that is. In that case, you should set the target when you call cargo run. I know it's fatal errors, but the database is still working. Usually, which is weird. So like, oh, and yeah, and fatal doesn't mean fatal. Fatal means whatever the process is running, it's fail for that, but not fatal for the database. There's some script inside that's basically, so I didn't create a user root in this database. I'm just following the instructions that they have for like dev versions of Postgres, and yeah, I don't know. Also, this compiling is always like extremely slow compared to the other compiling because I'm on an M1 Max or whatever MacBook Pro, which is not fast for when running in Docker. We'll see how long. I'm hoping that this will finish compiling in time for me to... Okay, here it is. It's compiling dev API. If you're mounting the target directory with the code base, then won't they both try to build in the same directory? But manually specifying the target always puts it in the correct target directory. Yeah, I guess I could do that, but I don't think it will matter in this case because it will go into the target directory for i86, where it was like ARM before. So they should be able to coexist in this case. Okay, so compiling dev API, that's done. Cargo should be able to handle it just fine. Yes. I just realized that I should... Okay, running. So this is running. Now the question is this going to finish health check, pass health check, so that the Hasura API can start? And the other problem is that I kind of... Oh, yeah, it did. It did. I kind of left you running, which is bad because I was on the same port. Okay, so GraphQL is up and building. So now head back to here. Okay, notice that I lost all the stuff because I reset the database and everything else. Not terribly surprising. So I need to recreate you really fast. So let's just make you a query, get VODs. Don't need you. You're going to be a Twitch result. Okay. Twitch result. You're going to be data, and you're going to be an array of Twitch VOD. Okay, we have a type of Twitch VOD, and let's say that I'm just interested in this ID, which I think is a string. So I'll put that there. Don't save. You go to HTTP. So this is it's not localhost. It's not localhost. I want to tell it to go to dev_API is the domain name. Port 3000 / mock Twitch videos. No headers, custom, you be a get request, get the action, permissions. You get all the permissions. Okay. Get VODs. Hey, it works. It works. Here we can now see our ideas. And this is something that I really wanted to test out is if I send all that stuff from the back end, do I have to like define Hasura to like grab it all or not? So what this means is I'm already paying for Hasura being deployed out. I don't need to also pay for like a Lambda function or another server to just grab the Twitch data from Twitch. I can now configure Hasura to do this for me using an action. Let's see. So I missed some stuff. If we use cargo run each time, then it will just recompile the final binary, which should be fine. Probably don't want to run both simultaneously. You haven't tested yourself, but would cargo build from macOS not invalidate everything? So to build again and retire. Oh yeah, so it one of the ways it checks is inside of Dev API here. We have the target, and we have debug, and let's see. Is it overriding it? I guess it is. I guess it means that the next time I run it, I'm going to have to do it again. So I probably should set a target on it, or just only run it inside of Docker. That's the real answer, is to only do this inside of Docker. So that answers that. All right, so let's say I also want the title out of here. I know I'm running out of time, but I have a hard stop at 8:30. So we'll do an emergency stream shutdown today. All right, so I have this ID here, and I also want a title. So we'll just say that this is a required string, and a description, which is a not required string. So if I save you, we come back to API, also give me a description and a title. And here we go. We now have all of these. So I need to figure out a way to have this auto apply in dev mode when I rebuild the containers. That would be really nice, so I don't have to constantly do this setup again. Then I only have to set up once in the deployed Hasura. Let's see. And then we can switch back and go to you and consume this. And the way we have this set up is we don't need any keys or anything else. Anybody can get this data from our database, and so it should be happy. All right, so unfortunately I have to do an emergency stream shutdown. I haven't done that in too long. So all that really means is just we're not going to do a raid or anything else like that. I will not be back tomorrow morning. I am doing an experiment where I'm going to ride my bike to work early in the morning and on Wednesdays instead of Fridays, just to see whether or not I can do more hangout with other people and all that fun stuff. So instead of streaming, I'll be riding my bike and maybe getting some exercise. So with that, have a good one. I will see you on Thursday morning. And yeah, that's all I've got. See you next time. Bye.